Hey YouTube, what is up? GeoNation here, JoJo speaking, bringing you another Sunday Stories. What is this episode, 18?
Yes.
Episode 18, so there are 2 left to go till we get to 20, and then we take a break for a couple months, maybe even 6, just so we can come up with some new stories, get into our mind. Oh no, not only come up, I mean like, new things could happen. Because this story is a perfect example of that. This happened to me last Friday, and stuff happens in every day, so we just kind of gotta wait for that stuff to happen before we can make a story out of it. So be patient about that. And guys, sorry this isn't out on Sunday. It's coming out maybe Monday because we're kind of busy right now with making the RC challenge.
It's gonna be up actually probably before this, so I could put a link in the description, and you guys can go and check that out.
Yeah. And we're also working on a bunch of other montages, stuff like that. So sorry about that, guys. We're going to try and be more on schedule with these next 2 episodes of Sunday Stories, and we will have mini-series in between, so don't be like, oh, there's going to be no stories. We're going to have some we're going to have stuff in between at times, some interesting things, like maybe if you guys want to ask us questions in our comments, we'll get those ready, get a whole list of maybe 50 questions to do a Q&A about. So if you guys want to do that, that's great. Ask us anything about YouTube, anything really, and we'll answer it. It has to do with anything, nothing in particular. We'll answer anything. Pretty much, it's appropriate, I guess. Alright, without any further ado, let's get to the story. This takes place last Friday, like I said, and we're going to have a lot of stories coming out, hopefully, within the next couple weeks, because the school I go to, for some reason, there's always a lot of trouble there, because people try and act like it's the ghetto when it's really not. They try and act like it's something it's not. They try and start stuff, like, I mean, there are some bad areas, but it's not like that, and they make it seem like it's worse than it is. And they do stuff that really makes no sense. Not that this story has anything to really do with anything bad like that, but there will be some stories about stuff like that, because that does happen in my school. So this one is my school, and on Friday I was sitting at my lunch table with a couple of my friends, and we were just sitting there and we were talking, and then randomly this kid comes over and walks past. He looks really like nervous, and he's cracking up and like looks stiff, and like he has a stick up his ass as he walks past. And this looked really concerning to me. And then I was like, okay. And he drops $1 so obviously. Like, it was in his hand that he dropped it. It's not like it fell out of his pocket. And then I was like, oh, a free $1. I'm going to go look at this. And then I pick it up, and then I said, hey, dude, you dropped your $1. And then he, like, keeps walking. I was like, alright, this is something's up here. Because the kid, like, looked so obviously that something was up. Because he looked, like, so awkward and weird about it. He was laughing, like, straight up. His shoulders were, like, straight up, perfect and everything. So weird. And then I get the $1 on the table, and I'm looking at it, and then I smell something funny, and I'm like, what is this? And it smelled like poop, like anything you could smell in the worst bathroom you've ever been to, like in New York City, where there's 5 toilets all filled with poop and pee and throw up, times that by 10, alright? And then that's what this smelled like. I think it was this stuff called liquid acid the person sprayed on the $1, because the first thing I do is I smell the stuff. It's all over my hands now, and it's all over the $1 to smell, and I look for anything, because I look for like, oh, is somebody maybe poop on this, because weird things happen. And I was like, I look at it, there's no poop, there's nothing visible on it, and then I was like, that's my mom, guys, sorry if you could hear. I was like, this is disgusting, what is this? I obviously looked for poop, there was nothing on it, so then I smelled, I was like, what the hell is this? And we ended up going to the bathroom like weird, and I was like, oh, somebody pooped on it. The lady's like, what? Well, why are you freaking out? We're like, oh, because we were like cracking up laughing, and we were like, somebody pooped on $1. And then she's like, what? Just go wash your hands, and then you could sign in, because we have to sign into the bathrooms for some reason. And so we do that, and it was really it was the grossest thing ever, because then when we came back, we had just thrown the $1 on the floor because it was like disgusting. We smelled like poop. The $1 smelled like poop. But then when we washed our hands, it came off almost immediately. And I was worried it'd be on my clothes because this was only 6th period and I had the rest of the day to go. But it came off, and it's obviously, I think it was this liquid ass stuff, because I don't think that poop would actually stick to something and smell like that bad. And if you touch it, I don't think it would smell that bad on your hands. So I think it was like a liquid or something that they sprayed on it, like I said, for those reasons. But then we get back, and then we go over to the table and like, oh, what's on that? And then they just keep nodding, and then the teacher walks past, you found the $1 on the floor, and she says, is this your $1, you guys? And I said, she was talking to another table, I said, that $1, is it smell like poop? And then she goes, I'm not smelling it, I don't know. So I say immediately, oh, that dollar, somebody sprayed this weird stuff on it, it's theirs over there, and then I point to them, and I was like, you know what, no, it's not theirs. Previously, there were these really annoying kids at the table next to us. She was like this senior, and she thought she was like my mom or something. She was like, I'm gonna have you suspended if you don't stop talking or sit down. And I was like, shut up, nobody likes you. I was just like, who? Like, she's a weirdo. She tried to tell me to sit down and she'll get me suspended from the cafeteria because I moved the table a little bit. And she was like acting like such a tough guy, and she really, this may sound weird, but I just really like hated her. She was so weird. So I was like, you know what, it's their dollar. And then she was like, oh no, is this your dollar, you guys? If you're telling me the wrong person, what's your names? I don't, are you guys serious about this is their dollar? And then she was like threatening to get us in trouble, almost like for giving them for
returning money.
Yeah, for giving money to the wrong person. And obviously, I wasn't gonna go keep this dollar and buy a cookie with it, because it would like be the grossest thing ever. No one would ever look at me the same if I came up with a shit covered dollar bill. But I gave it to I gave it to the lady. No, the lady had it already, and then she's walking around and she's asking people, and I said, yeah, no, it was theirs. And then the people at tables next to them and stuff explained that, yeah, they were like being idiots, spraying stuff on a dollar and tried to prank us or something. And then and then they ended up giving it to some girl, I don't know, and then it was like they took it, they just gave it to her, and I felt kind of bad because, yeah, it was a really smelly dollar. And anyways, so I went over to the table with these three kids, and I was like, what's on that dollar that you guys sprayed? They're older than me, I don't know by how much. Might have been a couple years. And I said, what's on that dollar you just sprayed and gave it to me? And is that liquid ass? And then they said, no, we don't know. We found it in the gym locker room. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? This smells disgusting, and they don't even know what's on it. So, of course, I'm kind of like, oh, this is gross. But I washed my hands, the smell's gone from what I could tell, I'm clean, so I was like, whatever. This is weird. And then I go back and my friends tell me, oh, you know what? I smelled something really bad in the gym locker room. This is actually before I went over to them. They smelled like the exact same smell in the gym locker room. And I said, oh, maybe it was someone spraying this stuff all in the whole school. But then it turns out that they found that dollar in the gym locker room. So it makes me think this stuff was the liquid ass. And it was just gross and weird. And it was super weird. So hopefully you get some more stories coming out to you guys. Don't forget to ask us questions and stuff like that in the comments section. We'll answer them on an upcoming video. Hopefully we get enough to do that when Sunday Stories comes to a temporary end. And we'll have check into our next videos and stuff. Alright, see you guys.